Hi, it's Pearce. I got an experience this year. It was the other night. I was singing NUUU and opened up straight away. I was walking down the street in my town. I'm not sure the street, but I was somewhere in Nottingham City. And on the right-hand side of me, I was passed by, really fast. They come really fast by me. And it was like, it reminded me of clowns, because it was dressed like little clowns. But they come by me at lightning speed, and it was like on little bikes. You know how they roll into the circus and they drive around on little bikes. But they had the clown outfits on and all that, like the big ruffs around the neck and the pointy hats. But they didn't look human. They looked like little goblins or something. So I thought, I'll just carry on walking. And I was on the left-hand side of the street, and they passed me on the right, but they kind of passed me in like a blur. It was like, but I like noticed it in my peripheral, because it was like 1, 2, dead fast. I thought, oh. So I carried on walking up the street, and there was lots of people on the street, loads of people. And I was just walking on my own, but I was like going against traffic. All the people was coming my way, and I was like walking. I was just like the only one walking against it. So I was like weaving in and out of the bodies on the pavement. Excuse me. And I noticed these two characters further up the road coming down towards me, and I just thought, they don't look right. They look a bit off to me. How they was dressed and everything. And it was big. And like I walked a bit further up the road and carried on down. And at first I thought, they was like rather large. They looked like punk rockers. And the clothes they was wearing, they just weren't right. They was like really bright, and like one of them had like a puffer coat on, and the other one, it was just like, it was all in just like a punk rocker, like all like chains and that. And like one of them was dressed like sporty, like they do nowadays, and the other one was like dressed, it was like an 80s punk rocker. But how they looked, I was looking at the faces now, and they just looked all like, they didn't look right. They looked weird and distorted and strange. So obviously they're coming towards me. So I like, but it's still a ways off. And I stepped out into the road. And I got a better look at them. And I walked like, I was like walking up to them, and they was coming towards me. They was coming towards me, and they seemed to get bigger, larger and larger. And well, I got to them, and they was like really big now. There was probably about 10, 12 foot, but they was big and menacing. And like, they turned into like these killer clowns. That's what they look like. They look like clowns, but like monstrous clowns, like somewhat off the hip. And like one of them tried to grab me, and I backed off into the road. And his hand and his arm stretched, and he had like his big sausage fingers. And his massive, big hand and big fingers, and he had like his claws, big sharp claws on the end of his fingers. But I dodged him anyway, and it kind of scared me. It was frightening because of how he looked and that. So I like backed off across the road, and like they carried on walking, and they were looking at me, and I thought, hang on, I'm not having this. So I thought, I'm going to go and approach him. I'm going to go and approach him, because obviously they want me. They want me for something. They wanted to get me. So I thought, well, I ain't going to run away. I'm just going to go and see him. So I went to see him, and I was like, I'm walking back down the road now, because they was like, they didn't stop, if you know what I mean. They were carried on walking with the people, but like they was intent on getting me. So I thought, I backed off into the road, and they passed, and then like I thought, I did get a bit scared, and I thought, nah, I'm not having this. And I went straight to him, and I pulled him up. I said, what are you doing? Just like what I always do. And like they didn't give me no words and that. And one of them opened its mouth, and like it had 3 tongues, like his serpent tongues, they were forked tongues. And he had 3 of them, and it spewed out towards me, and I was coughing all this horrible saliva and whatever. They're trying to get me again. And there was like loads of people around, but no one stopped. No one obviously could see what was happening apart from me and these killer clowns. So I'm like, what are you doing? What are you trying to get me for? And they started hissing, and the other one come around the back of me. And I thought, hey, they're really trying to get me. So basically, I stood there in the middle, and I says, what are you doing? What are you trying to get me for? Why are you attacking me? And I didn't get no words. It was just pouring at me and clawing at me. So he got me. One was at the back and one's at the front. And then I just got him. I stopped it. I stopped him in the tracks and I just got him. And like pushed him against, because he was on a pavement and the wall was like, the pavement was like, at the side of the pavement was a wall. And so I pushed him against this wall and I sat him down. And I said, what are you trying to get me for? Who sent you to get me? And he didn't answer me. And there was like, at the end of the door, there was like naughty children. And I was like, telling them off, chastising them. And I was sat there with it, looking at the pavement. And he kept looking at me and giving me the evils and that. And I said, look, and then I gave him the new sound. I sat down beside him, sat down in front of him. But they weren't having none of it. It was like, they just kept trying to reach out and get me. But they didn't get me, but it didn't do anything. I just pulled their arms off me. I just pulled their hands off me. Sat them back down again. Says, look, pack up. So he sends out, told him about the new sound, told him about the guides, told him about Duane Ava, but he wasn't interested, one bit interested, just continued trying to get me. So at the end, I just got up and walked off. I said, all right, you lot do you just carry on being what you're being. And I carried on walking down the road, and it was strange because they come at me again. They attacked me again. They ran at me again. But as he got me, there was a lorry passing, bin lorry, and it was blue. It was blue. It was bright blue, and it didn't say NUUU or anything on the back of the bin lorry. And I just got, and like as he attacked me, I got them both, and I kind of like, like when someone swinging a discus or the shot put. I mean, I never done that at school because I never liked athletics, but I got these two clowns and kind of spun them round, and then I seen the wagon, the bin lorry, travelling off up the road by me, and I let go of him, and he just both crashed into the bin lorry. And as he crashed into the back of the bin lorry, it was like a sound, like on when you're playing a fruit machine and you hit the jackpot, the bandit. And it goes, woo, woo, and it was all that and all of that. And that's what happened. Load of lights on the top of the bin lorry, they all started flashing and it started making a noise like I'd won a jackpot. And that was it. That was the end of the experience. And just wanted to share that. Thank you, new friends. Thanks for the opportunity. Thank you, Duane.
Yeah, that was great, Pearce. And yeah, scary at the same time. So we know what's going on here. And right now we're looking up at the sky, and it's a harp sky. Harp all over the sky. Subtle clouds, but they're all wavy back and forth. It's a harp sky. So yeah, this is the planet Earth. Yes, thank you for sharing, Pearce. Again, that can be part of your book.
Oh, I thought I'd mention it regarding robots and the AI. I seen a video yesterday. It's kind of interesting. It was like an Amazon robot or something, but it was working on a production line, and the title of the video was "Robot Commits Suicide." And what it was doing just like doing a production line job. It was fetching boxes and putting them on like production line, fetching boxes out the shelf. But I don't know how many hours it done it. I think it said it done it for over 30 hours straight. And this robot, it said it killed itself, but it said it was an AI robot. It said obviously it realised what it was doing, and that was the best option for it. That it just killed itself because it was working at doing a slave job at a slave wage. And the robot I watched it. There was loads of people walking by, and there's this robot fetching boxes and putting them on like the conveyor, and it's doing it, and then it just fell over. And that was the title of the video: Robot commits suicide through slave labor job. But apparently the robot was a AI robot. But yeah, I just thought it was interesting. I just wanted to share that as well. Thank you.
Well, the little robots are becoming more aware, but it could be anything. It doesn't matter. So we're just seeing what's going on here, and people tell funny stories. So it's all good. Yeah, that's cool. Thank you, Pearce.